So census for this week. Happy 4th of July, JJ.
Hey, it's a near holiday edition.
I mean, it's basically the holiday. People are setting off, I was going to say a bad word, tons of fireworks already.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny because I feel like that doesn't happen around me that much.
Are fireworks legal where you are?
I don't know the answer to that. I will assume no. Because I would assume that there would be more if they were legal.
I live on the border between two cities. If you cross the street, you're in another city.
Wait, which? Okay.
Orange and Villa Park.
Okay. Is Villa Park actually a city? Sorry.
It is technically an incorporated city.
I'm derailing this discussion. It has a mayor?
Yeah, it has mayor pro tem or whatever the type of mayor is that's also on the board or whatever, the city board. Yeah, city council. Not like a separate mayor.
And they're like elected?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't vote over there. I vote in the cheap district.
Well, you vote where the address of your house is because that's how voting works.
Anyway, in Villa Park, they're legal.
I see. And since you're like next door, basically people just assume it's fine.
Well, if you're across the street, literally, you can just set off fireworks. And then they use that to their advantage and set off even bigger fireworks.
Right. Ones that aren't legal to set off.
Yeah. And then the people in our neighborhood also use that to their advantage to set off bigger fireworks. Because the cops aren't checking over here. They're checking over in the middle of Orange, where it's super illegal to set off fireworks.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, there definitely are some people who will do fireworks and stuff, but I feel like since the 4th of July falls on a weird day this year, it's kind of like no one wants to do anything. Yeah. No one wants to go anywhere because, like, everyone has to go to work tomorrow or the next day, you know? Mm-hmm. And so, like, it's like, I guess we could have, like, a barbecue in the afternoon.
Can't get your full America on.
Yeah, and like you're not going to go see you want to go see the fireworks, but the fireworks aren't going to start until it gets like all the way dark, so like 9, and then like, well, okay, then by the time you come home from wherever the fireworks are, you know, you're talking like 11, and like that's late for a day that you have to get up and go to work at 6 a.m. or whatever. Yeah. So not awesome. Yeah, we should just do with the 4th of July what we have done with Thanksgiving and just decide that it's on the first Thursday of July. And, you know, look, we celebrate Independence Day. You know, Independence Day is the 4th, but it's celebrated on that first Thursday because the way this works is stupid. Because now it's going to be like 3 years until we can have a good 4th of July, man. That's lame. The
Thursday's okay.
Oh, I would say... it's tough though, because you have to hope that like your schedule allows you to either take the Friday off or, you know, blow it off for whatever reason.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, at least if it's the holiday, then you can guarantee that probably, or put it on the Friday. You know, I'm fine with that. But you know, it would just be so much easier if people would just, you know, make all the holidays on useful days, or always put them on the weekend so that way we get a random day before or after off. Come on.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I used to like fireworks.
I still like fireworks a lot. Yeah, they're fun.
Sure.
No?
I liked fireworks before they scared the living daylights out of my dog and my 2 children.
Yeah, I think it's tough for people with pets, fireworks, because, you know, the loud noises and stuff are very, definitely are scary to pets. I understand that. Kids are also scared of them, but then they grow up to like them, so it's not bad. It seems bad, but it really isn't.
Well, you had your old man moment with the Ring doorbell, and now I'm having my old man moment because I don't like having... Well, the fireworks have been available for a week, so I don't like having a week of my dog basically hiding under my feet at all times.
And so, like, people are setting them off, like, every night all the time?
They've been setting them off every night since mid-June.
What?
Yeah, bro. That fireworks stand opened up on July 1st, but somebody got some fireworks early.
That's a waste of money. That just doesn't make any sense, man. Why would you do that?
I think there's a few party houses over across the street. Well, anyway. My old man moment's over. Are we doing a homeowner's minute?
Things are relatively quiet around here, but we are doing we are in the midst of a deluge of produce producing from the garden.
Do you need to learn to can and freeze things?
Maybe, but we have been having every recipe under the sun that we can find that involves tomatoes. So we did like stuffed tomatoes the other night. And we're like giving them away to anyone who will listen to us. Bringing, cups of cherry tomatoes to work and stuff all the time. So it is,
you can always just leave a basket out front.
I know. We might get there. We'll see. But yeah, it is really just like, we're just really searching for, do you know, are you a big tomato person? Do you like tomatoes?
I love sun-dried tomatoes for sure. I like tomato sauces. I like lots of different types of tomatoes. Caprese salad tomato.
Yeah, I like that too.
The big, thick heirloom beefsteak tomatoes. Oh,
when
you cut it and it's like the thickness of an actual steak.
Yeah, these aren't quite that big. They are relatively sizable tomatoes, though. I don't remember the exact name.
We had tomato gardens for a long time growing up, and we would roast and freeze like gallon-sized baggies once a week.
So we have definitely been going through the cookbook and, just finding things that involve tomatoes and adding them. It's like, oh, we're having pasta. We're going to put tomatoes, cut them up and put tomatoes on it. Or, oh, we're having like I said last night, we literally just, sorry, it wasn't last night, a couple nights ago. We literally just took tomatoes, hollowed them out, and filled them with stuff. And that was the meal. It's actually
Sounds
really good. It was good.
Yeah.
So that
right on, man.
Having to deal with a deluge of produce, I guess, is like, if that's the worst thing that's going on, you can't complain too much.
I'm going to have Stephanie's green thumb over here when we finally set up our garden, because I seem to kill most plants except for fruit trees.
It definitely involves a lot of tending. I know she's out there every day hand watering stuff. So it's different with a tree though, because like you can't really hand water a tree. It's a lot of water.
Like I said, I can't kill a tree.
Right. Oh, that was it. Sorry, I misunderstood your point before. I was like, you're killing a tree? I'm like, geez, man, what are you doing?
Oh, man. Well, I have to thank around here for the Homeowners Minute, a friend of the pod, Michael, who's been on before, talking about some Nintendo. He's decided to get married, which is fantastic.
Yay.
Also because I get to buy new tools thanks to him.
Oh?
Yeah, he decided to have some lawn-sized party games for his wedding. So we went to Home Depot and he bought materials, and I said, well, I kind of do need a 5-inch hole saw after this, so I'll buy a 5-inch hole saw for this project.
But, like, why did you need a 5-inch hole saw?
Well, technically, it's better in the long run for me to have one, because then I can make cleaner drywall cuts.
Okay.
So, like, when you're doing drywall in your house, right, usually you just sort of, like, hit it with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're making a hole.
Yep.
But if you want to be super clean about it, you make a hole saw cut. And a 5-inch one, you can actually stick your hands in. And then you can just buy a new piece of drywall and make a 5-inch hole saw cut in that. And then just stick that piece of drywall right back on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And then you just plug the hole with the hole you made from the other one.
Yep.
Got it. I was confused for a minute there. I'm like, now you just have 2 pieces of drywall with holes. How does this help? But no, never mind. I was a little slow. Sorry.
I made these types of excuses for a few more tools than just the hole saw.
I see. Nice.
Hey, I kept the bill under the materials bill.
Okay. Well, hey, that's what's important.
Yeah. So there's
cost effectiveness.
There's my homeowner's minute.
That is a good one.
I think I actually kept it to a minute.
Wow. That's probably a first for this podcast.
Oh, JJ, I heard through the grapevine you got a little bit of a bee in your bonnet, and I think we should get to it straight off the bat.
We're just going to go right there.
Yeah, I mean, we're both progressing on. You're working on Deepest Dungeon, which is actually Darkest Dungeon, but I like calling it Deepest Dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you say it, I think, specifically to annoy me.
Yeah.
I did play a bunch of that this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Got through some new zones. Played some more of the DLC area, which was really fun. I enjoyed my time with that. But I've uninstalled that game, Andrew.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, I did.
I literally saw you playing it yesterday.
Yeah, you did. And I uninstalled it yesterday because the most rage-inducing thing I've ever encountered happened.
Ooh, like losing a hardcore character on Diablo because their service disconnects from you and you get killed?
Right, but it's something essentially the same, right? I mean, the whole game is, similar where all your actions are saved. You can't really go back. There's no, do-over. And so I had a pretty strong party going into a dungeon that was built for, level 3 characters. All my characters were level 5, so I figured, I think 6 is the max in this game.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so the levels are important, but it's more about the upgrades and stuff that the higher level enables, right? And so they should have been quite a bit stronger than was necessary for this boss fight. Nope. No, that was not the case. And they were just completely steamrolled. It was not even close. I was just completely destroyed. And I was like,
what?
oh, okay. Was
it like an upgraded mission or something where you...
Nope. This was it was one of the DLC, or the DLC area, and it was produced in this way that's different from the rest of the dungeons in that game where you can leave it and come back. But it had a fixed map, so you would know where everything was, and when you came back, you would start where you left off.
Mm-hmm.
So you're essentially just taking multiple trips to this same place and sort of exploring the map out until you get to the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the boss. I was like, okay, my party's too injured. I'm going to leave. I'll come back next week or maybe a couple weeks later after I rebuild some money for supplies or whatever, and go into this fight with the boss, with all my guys at full health. It's just the first thing that I'll do. Enter the dungeon, fight the boss. Woohoo.
Okay.
So I did that. And that boss wiped the floor with me with very little trouble. I got him to maybe he had a third health left, and then he started whatever his third phase thing was, and it was just by the way, time to die, all your people.
Oh no.
And so, then that my, essentially my strongest upgraded party was gone. And it's well, that's not the end of the game, right? It's I was pretty low on money. I could have, tried to grind some of the weaker dungeons with lower level characters to get it back up.
Sure.
But that was going to take a really long time. And I don't think I want to play that game anymore. Maybe I'll go back to it some other time, start over again or something. I don't know. But it was really frustrating. And this is the easy mode.
There's a difference between punishing and too punishing.
Yeah, and I understand that it's a fine line, and the game has been hard, and it's not like this is my first time that I've had a character die, but this is an entire party wipe for a fight that I should have been over-leveled for.
Was there maybe a mechanic you didn't understand or something? Not that there's any excuse for it, really, but...
Right, well, I mean, there's no way to scout ahead. You can't,
right.
Unless I'm just, looking at a wiki or something all the time. And I did do some looking at wikis for some of the run.
Huh.
Yeah, very frustrating. The game, while I definitely enjoyed it, maybe it was just time for me to stop. I think I'll go play something else for a while. Maybe I'll come back to it later.
Interesting with the auto uninstall though.
I was so frustrated at the time just because it's it was crit after crit, and then my team is low, and so the only thing that you get stuck in the cycle of trying to heal your people out of the death situation, and then it just spirals downward, right? Because there's no way to
I hate
save.
that in JRPGs when you're just and 3 of my 4 people are just healing and casting Reflect constantly, so this fight is real fun.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do, right? Because it's okay, well, I have to just, I have to heal this one because he dies at the next hit. Okay, then that guy has to heal the next guy because he dies at the next hit. And it just sort of goes like that down the line. And then the boss gets 2 actions a turn, and after both those actions, now you're back in the situation where you have to heal everyone. And it's just there's no way to get out of it. And I went in with full resources, and then it wasn't enough somehow. It was very confusing. I thought that I was well prepared, but apparently not. So
Would you
Very
say
frustrating.
you are not prepared?
Yes, I was not prepared.
Okay. So you got Illidan.
Yes, I got Illidan. Illidan.
I don't blame you for uninstalling that. I mean, we had this discussion before where there's a fine line between trying to outsmart a developer and then them just punishing you and it not being fun. And I think we found the line.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Because I really enjoyed the game, and I would think I was having a good time otherwise. Yeah, just really frustrating to run into something like that.
Things didn't get better from there, huh?
No. Because like at some point in that game, the time you would have to invest to rebuild the resources that you lost, while it's not game over, right? But like you're now in the same death spiral in the management sim as well as you were in the dungeon there, and so it's just like it's not recoverable without a lot more effort than I feel like putting into that game at the present.
What's next on the docket then? Do you have anything picked out?
No, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do next. There's still a Steam sale going on as of this recording for like another day or two.
Totally forgot.
I have a good amount of credit, so maybe I'll pick out something cheap. Maybe I'll go back to like an oldie but a goodie like Baldur's Gate 2 or something.
Ooh, the HD version of Baldur's Gate 2, I believe, is up on Steam sale right now.
Yeah, might check that out. I don't know. I'll have to see what the like mod status of that game is, because that's where it's at these days.
Awesome. If you do that, you gotta tell me, because I have that game and I've been sitting there waiting to try it out.
Okay, I will do that.
Not that you wouldn't tell the pod anyway, but
right, yeah.
Oh boy, what was the bee in? I hate the phrase "bee in your bonnet." Is there another term for bee in the bonnet? What's the other stick in your craw? Is that the other thing?
That's a thing you could say.
No, okay. Is there a better one?
I don't think any of these things are like horrible in that way. They published a giant list of changes to Gwent that are coming sometime.
Say what?
Yeah, dude. They did it again, where they have a stream and then announce a ton of changes that will show up eventually someday.
I didn't know we were talking Gwent today. Are they good changes?
Do you like weather?
I think it's okay.
Okay. Well, how about if they just messed with all the weather cards and made them different for really strange and potentially no reason?
Because weather's really strong and they're trying to scale it back again?
Yes. So they are changing Biting Frost, which is the one that damages everyone on a row, to have the current ability of Rain, except it will only affect one of the units.
So one of the lowest units gets hit with a 2.
Correct.
Okay.
They changing Fog to have the same ability, but it will again only hit one of the highest units.
Okay, so one of the highest units gets hit by 2.
And then Rain will now have the ability of Frost, but only damage 5 units total.
Okay.
Why did they feel the need to swap those around? Like, why did Frost and Rain change places? Why not just leave it how they were and implement those caps on the card as it was? Like, why change the names?
Maybe because Rain and Fog are closer than Frost together?
I'm just confused as to like the purpose of that change. It's very confusing.
Yeah, it's a little odd that they kept the same ability and put it on a different card.
They literally just changed the ability and moved it to a different card. So now we'll do something different.
Huh. That definitely makes Rain the best card.
Because Rain is now Frost?
No, because it damages up to 5 points per turn, and the other two only ever damage 2 points per turn.
Right, but then also they have to have 5 for you to damage. If there's only like 1 or 2, it's...
Then you're still damaging the same as the other two.
I see what you're saying.
Right. How many times do you see less than 2 on a row?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sure. But for weather, before, did you ever target a row with 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I knew that one was like...
The bear?
Yes.
Did the bear get a change?
Well, Andrew...
Please.
The bear did get a change. Hold on. They changed the power of the bear from 6 to 7.
So wait. They made the bear better?
The bear also no longer will hit units that are spawned. So if you play a unit that creates other units, it won't hit those. It only hits the first one. And then it fixes a bunch of bugs related to the bear, which I don't know exactly what that means. But hopefully it fixes all the stupid locking and like all this stuff that was the issue with the bear.
Well, the issue with the bear is that it's crazy strong, and they made it stronger.
Yeah, they worded it in a really strange way so that it made it sound like it would hurt both sides when you played it. But no, it still just hurts anything that gets played. But if it spawns something else, it won't hurt it. So like, for instance, if you play that monster card that spawns the 2 eggs, it's not going to hurt it.
Oh, I see.
It's not going to hurt the eggs, but it'll hurt the monster, right?
Well, pop the eggs.
Right. So that's like really strange. I just don't understand that specific one. Like, why? Why make the bear better? The bear was the problem. Don't improve the bear. But with the changes to the weather and stuff, I think in general the Skellige faction got a lot worse. So
yeah, interesting. I think Skellige got hit pretty hard there, but they targeted weather, not the bear. Interesting.
Yeah, and there are changes to a bunch of other cards. I don't want to go through every single, like, we literally will be here for an hour if I just read all of these.
Any word on whether or not they're going to do the same refund thing?
So they are doing refunds. There's a 3-day period to mill the nerfed cards.
For a full value?
And so it looks like they are doing scrap and powder value now. So
oh, no.
Yeah, the sweet system is gone. So
everyone took too much advantage, I guess.
Well, we knew it was probably going to happen at some point, right?
Well, it still might be worth it.
You never know. But right, if you're milling it for full value, even if you're not converting anything to one thing or another, right?
Yeah.
You might as well still do it, right? You could just craft it again if it ends up being good later.
Right. Like for myself, I currently play only like Northern Realms, so if I have a bunch of cards from other factions that I don't use, well, okay, I'll just mill those, and then if I need to, eventually play that faction, I'll just recreate those cards.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's that. I just wanted. Why not nerf the bear, Andrew? Why don't they like me?
I don't know. I didn't see the problem. I wasn't playing against too many bears, and until that we were talking that one night while we were both playing, and you're like, it's just bears all the time. And I thought to myself, I'm only seeing monsters. And then that night was just like bear.
Yeah. I think 80% of the games that I've played in this week have been bears. And then the ones that weren't bears were monsters.
And it's weird because, like, I don't think those decks are crazy strong.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with the Skellige faction. Like, it's really good.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're bad. I don't think they're unbeatable. It's not like I would run out to craft that deck because it's the best deck in the game by miles.
I mean, it's very resilient, right? Because you can bring those guys back, and they get powerful every time you damage someone. You play that card that damages everyone on the other side. All these sort of things, and like but capping all those things, right? Like weather can only hit 5 targets. That means that axe guy can only gain 5. That's the most. So if you're ahead of him by 50 points, which I've done, right? I'm up 50. And I lost to the axe guy because they played these card that damages every card on my side of the board twice.
Right.
And then it's like, all his axe guys gained 70 points and I lost. Now he can't. That won't work. So like, the power is being adjusted. So
got it.
They're not adjusting the bear, which was my least favorite part about playing against that deck. The axe guys, whatever. That's like the thing their deck is trying to do. The bear is just annoying.
Oh,
unfortunate.
Boy. Well, let's head into the holiday on a positive note. What are you up to on 4th of July, JJ? Barbecue?
Yeah, I think we are going to a friend's house. We're going to have some grilling. It seems like it's going to be warm, so I'm going to take swim trunks.
Nice.
Maybe get in a pool.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think
we are also going to grill and chillax because I think, just like you said, everybody's got to go to work the next day. So
yeah, it's really tough. It's going to be low key. I don't think anyone's going to do anything outrageous or go too far out of their way just because of that.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know if we're going to see fireworks this year or not.
Because
I'm not sure what time they start and where they will be and where we will be and all that stuff. So,
well, I'm sure by the time the fireworks start, every single person will be cowering in or under my bed. So that'll be a fun holiday.
Bummer.
It's all part of being a former gamer.
It is. And, if they want to tell us about their experiences with fireworks, they can send us an email at podcast@wewergamers.com.
You know what? There's a lot of people's experiences with fireworks on YouTube. So if your experience is like that, I don't need to see that at podcast@wewergamers.com.
Okay. Don't send those ones. Send other ones.
Yeah. If you have a more interesting experience with fireworks other than lighting off, you know what? You gotta beat, what is that fireworks? The bootleg firework guy?
I don't know if I've seen this one.
Oh, well, you got to look up bootleg firework on YouTube. And if you can't beat that one, don't email it. If you can beat that one, email it. podcast@wewergamers.com.
Okay. And follow us on Twitter @wewergamers. Give us those reviews. We need them everywhere that podcasts are sold. Give us a review.
Yep.
And have a happy 4th of July, everyone.